All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BCW Worldwide Roundtable. I am Tony DeBurn. I am joined this week by the franchise player, the AIWF America's Heavyweight Champion, Bad Blood, the CEO and leader of the Rockefeller Foundation, Douglas Rockefeller, and joining us this week, the president of wrestling, Phil Stamper. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Your reputation precedes you, sir. I know of you.
That.
You're a good man.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing that precedes him is that super awesome mic he's got there, all professional like.
Mm-hmm.
Can't expect.
I mean, above all else, I am a professional.
True statement, sir. True statement. So, Phil, why don't you give us a little background on you, sir? Most of the people here that watch us on the stream service, watch us here on the BCW Worldwide, they know your name, they know your credentials, but they want to know more about you.
Sure. Well, in the world of wrestling, I've been involved with wrestling for a rather long time now. And I've had a good hand at a little bit of everything in wrestling, behind the scenes, in front of the camera, wrestled in the ring for a long time. And now I have steel plate, 6 metal screws and a steel plate and 2 metal spacers in my neck. So not as much active as I used to be anymore. But now I'm the general manager for 4 different companies. I'm involved in the leadership of 2 other companies. So I stay pretty active. I'm involved with running the press and social media for a number of companies as well. And I help manage the content for a site that got launched in the beginning of 2020, wrestlingcalendar.com.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Such a wonderful resource for all wrestling events that are happening this year in 2020.
So all 8 of them, you mean?
Yeah.
Right. Actually, I will say more and more are popping up. I ran the list for this coming week, and there's 47 between now and next week.
Look, I was actually surprised at how many shows we're going to be running this week.
Yeah. So there's a lot happening out there, and that's one of the reasons why I became the president of wrestling, because it started to seem like I was having more and more of a hand in how things were really happening in wrestling, whether people knew it or not. And so I was really the force behind it. So why not just come out and say, I am the president of wrestling?
Well, no one's going to dispute that. I mean, we don't need any votes for that. I mean,
yeah, no need to be modest. I approve.
Right. There you go. That's all I need.
Hey, whatever works for you, right? So, Douglas, how was your week this week, man? You've been kind of off the rails.
I'm always off the rails, but yeah, I mean they're kids everywhere. They're just asking for stuff, and they need things and they want things. They're like, give me more money, Dad. I know you got more than that. Give me. Then I got a wife, somebody who loves me, but yet she wants stuff too. And it's just like, I feel sometimes I'm just like, like they're the succubus just sucking the life out of me. They're all just like little leeches, but I love them, but I still got to feed them. And sometimes it's depressing. You don't think so?
Food, who knew?
Right?
Sustenance, sucking on the tea to Rockefeller. Just another. What?
Speaking of that,
huh?
My daughter just turned 12 years old today, and
years old.
She had a little girlfriend over last night, and they just partied all night long. And
good.
Then the little girl went home today, and I'm thinking to myself, God, I wish I had that energy.
We all
stay up all night. Remember back in the day, we used to do that, stay up all night, town to town. When you're traveling around the country wrestling, you're like partying everywhere, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, too tired, too old.
Well,
anyway,
you're getting old when those
good old days.
When those little bins of water that vibrate start looking good.
Oh my God!
I think I like one of those.
Did you say the bins of water?
Yeah, you plug them in and they vibrate. And it's good for your circulation on your feet.
Oh, okay. Actually, I have one of those.
Yeah, see, are you older than me? I think you are. You could be.
Let's not talk about that.
You're starting to age. You've aged terribly since the COVID has started.
I got the COVID beard going.
Boy, haven't we all?
I'm glad you shaved your COVID mustache there, buddy.
No,
you were looking like the villain from all those Snidely Whiplash movies. And I just dated myself.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and jump into this first one. But
Okay.
before we do, why don't we tell these people where they can get some of our cool merchandise?
All right. Well, we can go over. Let's start with your merchandise, Bad Blood, over at prowrestlingtees.com/rated2G. And what's the newest offering that you've got going right now?
Well, right now, for the next 24 hours, you buy one shirt, you get one free.
What's wrong
How
with
about
you?
that?
What, you being nice to the people?
Well, my daughter's birthday and all. I figured, I will give back.
Oh, see, you sound like a Democrat. What's going on?
Here we go. All right, let's go.
Okay, that's enough of that talk.
Didn't
let's
you watch the RNC last night? My goodness.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, enough said.
I Netflix.
We've had enough mental torture for 1 year. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so for this particular match, we are going back to September 16th, 2018.
Was that 4 years ago?
Right. In 2020
It feels
terms,
like
yes.
It feels like it.
It seems like 40 years ago. I mean, I'm telling you.
Speaking of which, Just Exciting, who just commented, is featured in this matchup. This is a ladder match between him and Zach Winters for the then vacant BCW Worldwide Championship.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is going to be a barn burner right here.
This was before Just Exciting had his mind right, if I recall. Sorry.
This was before a lot of things happened, actually. This is actually going to be in the before time. That is absolutely right. Chris Brady also joining us, Gregor Petrov. Quite a few people tuning in on this one. So
Petrov's around?
Petrov is around.
That dude's mean.
He is vicious. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's jump into some violence of BCW Worldwide so we can give Phil, the president of professional wrestling, a good look at what we do here every Sunday night, 7611 North Exeter at the House of Action.
And we are getting started very quickly, kicking that ladder right into the head of Zach Winters.
And who's the ref?
Oh, God, please tell me it's not Sign Guy.
Oh, gosh, yes, it is.
All right, so Phil, let's give Phil a rundown on Sign Guy. Sign Guy has been around for a good 10, 15, maybe 20 years as a referee.
73 years.
73 years.
And COVID time, 73 years. But for some reason, every time we show a match on here, 9 times out of 10, he's the ref. And we have like 5 refs in the company. And for some reason, he's always there.
Somehow.
Is he paying you, Tony DeBurn? What's going on here?
I think so.
If he's paying me, he's paying everybody else too, because I swear
like him as a referee?
I try to avoid anything that involves him, but damn it, I can't do it.
He's a pretty solid referee.
You just can't quit him, can you?
He's a pretty solid referee.
It's so hard to quit Sight Guy.
It is. All the stories that he tells, you get a guy in a headlock, and all of a sudden he's talking about a match that he officiated from Indiana sometime in 1989. You can't avoid it.
Back in my day.
Pretty much it. He's going to be the old guy sitting on his porch like, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. That's going to be him.
You just sounded like Tex Thompson. You really
That guy kind of looks like the lawn, though.
Yeah, he does.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So during this time, the BCW Worldwide Championship match, Just Exciting was the former champion, and I believe did he vacate the title, or was he stripped of the title? What had happened at that time, Tony?
Actually, he had not become champion yet. This was before his first title reign.
Oh, hit him again.
So why was the title vacated?
The title was vacant, I believe. Let's see, something that actually, you know what? I take it back. Actually, Zach was the champion going into this. Oh, speaking of which, Zach was still the champion at this point going into this matchup.
I like how he warmed him up with the shot to the midsection with the ladder, and I was like, "Come on, I want to see more." And then he just tore his face off with the ladder. You know?
Oh yeah,
You
That's
have
one
no
does.
idea, Phil. You have no idea the sick sadistic guy that Zach Winters is. I mean,
He
at
really
one
is.
match, he took a sock full of thumbtacks, put it in a guy's mouth, and they hit the guy in the face with the chair with him in his mouth. And they
Yeah,
were on the
Zach-
same. They were in the same group.
oh yeah.
Feels right.
Yeah, and it was like
Yeah,
brotherly
right.
love, I guess.
That's his friend.
Yeah, so just imagine what he does to his enemies.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And we're getting a taste of that right now. So at this point, I think we're about to see that actually. We're about to get a taste of just what kind of
Oh, I remember this.
Oh,
I remember this one well. Bonk.
drops
There you
the
go.
leg right, drop the top of that ladder right down across the face and body.
And why is the camera zoomed in on the clown?
I don't know.
I
Jojo the
Oh
horse.
wait, this was a ladder match for the title.
yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I mean, at BCW, you never know. People pull out ladders for no reason at all.
Yeah, that's true.
And side guy just stands there watching.
okay.
Well,
I-
you kind of have
Observing.
to.
wait a minute. I thought the ref was sign guy. You've gotten me all confused.
The ref
Yes,
is
the
the,
sign guy.
The referee is sign
the
guy.
referee's
so-
name is Sign Guy.
Who's the? No offense, but who's the clown on the outside?
The clown on the outside is something we try not to speak of very much these days.
Gotcha.
He didn't last too long.
He
Let's just
didn't
say
last very long.
Let's just say he's the clown on the outside.
He's the dearly
Yeah.
departed clown.
The dearly departed clown.
No, he didn't die.
He could be DDC.
The
Dearly
DDC.
departed clown.
We
Oh,
thank
man.
him for his time at Blue Collar Wrestling.
We do. We wish him well in his future endeavors.
The DDC. Does that like the DDR?
Please.
And thankfully, we upgraded.
Please. But I do like his button, so I'll give him that much.
His shirt was
Buttons are
on
cute.
point, though. Look at
Whoa,
his shirt's
whoa,
on point.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesus.
Okay, so at this point, Zach Winter, look at that. The champ, Chris, you weren't complaining. What did you say?
Oh, Chris Brady was complaining that if we could show a match that doesn't feature, and I forget how he put it, just exhausting, which, you know, he made it funny, but
Funny.
Oh, he spelled,
Bacon.
yeah.
Vacant ringside manager. I like that.
That's the guy's name, vacant ringside manager.
Perfect.
oh, nice,
Drops the leg right across the throat. But no pinfalls.
very well done.
So let me ask you this, Phil. In your opinion, what is the biggest mistake Zach has made so far in this match?
Well, he did just go for a pinfall in a ladder match.
That's true.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just saying. But then again, you know, if he had, you know, we'll call him a vacant manager because maybe he wasn't all there to begin with.
That's so very true.
Then perhaps, you know, he just needed better guidance in that moment. Wait a minute. Is this a ladder match with more than one ladder?
Hey, at BCW, we bring the funny, man.
Awesome.
Bring the funny.
And I
What-
want to go to
what-
Wait a second.
quick break
Oh.
here.
Hi, Al Snow.
About to say, we're going to commercial break. Oh, okay.
Yep. Quick break
All
here
right.
to plug our people
Character.
over at Collar and Elbow.
Wits. I'm making up words. Temperature check. Fire.
Potion.
COVID.
Yeah,
These are the things that we don't want.
Right.
Nope.
2020.
These are the things you can live without. Come on.
He's like 2020. I said it. 2020.
Al
It
Gore.
sucks. It sucks.
And now you
Michael
can have-
Dukakis.
Oh man.
My name is
God.
Richard Nixon.
You better help me.
Really?
You know
Really?
Al Snow
Right.
watches this. You guys know Al Snow watches this every week, right?
Does
we
he?
love you,
bring it
Al.
out.
We love Al
and we
Snow.
respect
Bring it
you.
out.
We love Collar and Elbow. Elbowbrand.com.
I think the last time I saw Al in person, it was he worked probably the best match of the night on the worst possible show I could have done.
That sounds about right.
He took 3 bumps, right?
He was. I'll
Three
say
bumps is
5.
a good night.
I'll give him 5. He did
The fact
the
that you
match
had to
was
think
solid.
about it.
The match was solid. I don't retain wrestling anymore. It's all there.
I don't think any of us do.
Is that like retaining water? What do you mean you don't retain
Right.
I
wrestling?
think it is. Oh, right to the head first, right to the ladder.
Good.
And look, Sign Guy is just standing there.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes in my matches, I just want to super kick him so bad. He just stands there. He's just like,
I'm sure you're not the only one.
I love Sign Guy. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes I just want to give him a good kick right to the face.
What does everybody want? To kill Sign Guy.
You know what? But I bet you that was probably a line in the commercial. And what do you want?
T-shirts.
Right.
I don't know what that was, but just exciting. But
hey, in wrestling, you take so many risks, and sometimes they don't pay off.
It was not his best moment. That's for
Not
sure.
his best moment. He did not get all of that. He may not have gotten any of it.
But keep in mind,
I'm watching Sign Guy. He just kind of like looking around.
I was thinking the same thing.
I like that. I like that. He was reaching his hand through to help himself up, and he stomped on his hand. I liked it.
He's got his hands up.
That was actually really clever.
He's choking him with the ladder, huh?
And now just using the ladder to choke him in the corner.
See, this is the old deck winners. The one that I call wonderful. He's changed, though. He's changed. Well, he is.
Right now, he's the No Limits champion, which means he can pretty much do whatever the hell he wants to and not get in trouble.
Speaking of No Limits,
that makes him.
I don't like where this is going.
Oh my God! I know where this is. Oh! Wait, that was the bottom of the ladder. He's almost as stiff as Seth Rollins.
Good Lord. That, in probably any other match, that probably would have been a 3 count.
Or at least a DQ. I don't think we have. You know, how many times have people been disqualified at BCW in the last year?
Drops him right across the table.
Disqualifications?
We have those?
I don't remember. I mean, I think I got disqualified once. In the course of 10 years at BCW, I think I got disqualified once.
Fluke.
Has Petrov been disqualified?
I you know what?
We need a Petrov match. We haven't had a Petrov match.
We do. We do need a Petrov match.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I love about BCW is that the fans, you know, they're like right there in your face, especially the ones that are drinking the Coors Light and Corona. You know, and you know, sometimes you got guys like JB who'll grab their beer and drink it.
Big right hand.
I'll grab it, spit in people's face, but not anymore. And now Zach is going to go give him a
he was going for that mafia kick, but he that was groin first, right into that top rope.
He stretched the inner hammy.
I think he neutered himself.
Oof. Drops the elbow, but he hurt himself coming down. Probably had that injured shoulder from earlier in the matchup.
All right, Phil. Quick question.
Yes.
What's the best spot you've seen so far in this match?
I mean, honestly, I really genuinely like the stomp to the hand, and I know that seems so small, but one, you're in a ladder match, so take out the other guy's hand, you might not be able to climb up the ladder.
Yeah.
Two, that spur of the moment, you saw out of the corner of your eye his hand sneak through the ladder, and you knew to stomp on it. Like, that presence of mind was so strong to me. That says a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now that's some insight right there from the president. And that right there was a throttle.
Pushes him off, and he ends up going throat first across that top rope. Just exciting. This is legitimately one of the worst beatings I think I've ever seen him take in any of our matches.
Oh no! Do you remember his match with Funny Bone? That was pretty sick too.
That's because he has that DTF nasty shirt on. It's doomed to fail.
Look.
What?
You know what DTF's all. You know what DTF's all about.
I know. I kid.
We're always on the fight.
Drops him with that. Just exciting. What do you call that? Go ahead and bring that up in the chat, please. But that was his old finisher.
Mush to the mat.
That face buster caught him off the ladder with it that time.
Mace to the face.
the excite factor.
What's another word for face? The dead to the head? I don't know.
Grill.
Grill. The thrill to the grill?
Oh, wait a minute.
Darkness is out here. What the hell is
Darkness,
What the
yeah.
fuck is he doing?
Big Tope. And now Tope on Miro on the meat.
Was that meat too? You don't know what beats me. Come on, man.
Well, he sure beat meat that time.
Yeah, we had to bring it out.
We did. Just exciting going up for the championship now.
He had all that energy. Can he make it all the way to the top?
I think he burned all his energy.
Yeah, he's all tuckered out. Look at him.
But that's JB
what the hell is JB Moonshine doing there? What the hell is JB Moonshine?
They were in the middle of a feud.
That's right. JB Moonshine had issues with both Zach Winters and Just Exciting at this point.
Yeah.
And he interjects himself into this matchup.
He should have injected some deodorant in those armpits.
Yeah, that won't help.
Like, please tell me the hair was part of the hat, not his actual hair.
That's his actual hair.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
See, that's no gimmick with JB Moonshine.
Hey, look at the ref. Look at the ref. He's just standing there like, so what's going on? Hey, guys. Hey, you guys all right?
And now Big Vicious helping the leader of the Freak Show to get up to the top of that ladder and grab the championship belt. Zach Winters retains.
Never cross a hillbilly.
Never cross a hillbilly and never cross a group of freaks.
He's a happy man. Look at him. He's
a very happy man.
What's the symbolism of the handprint on the face?
The right hand of God smacked him, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
I mean, what's with the clown? I mean, I don't know.
Do not diminish the impact of DDC in this match.
Okay. So
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I quit.
I broke bad blood.
Okay, so give us on a scale of 1 to 10 the weirdness factor of this match. What do you rate it and why?
Weirdness factor.
5, because I've seen crazy things. There's been a lot of crazy.
For BCW, yeah, it's about a 5.
For BCW.
It gets a whole lot.
Okay, so
stranger.
I'm gonna give it a 6, only because the clown was there, and the ref just stood there. Hey guys, what
was the clown really there?
I mean,
yeah.
Well, look, now he's disappeared.
Poof. See, who said magic doesn't exist in the world? It exists, and it was in that match.
I get why Sign Guide stood there, because it was a ladder match. The only thing he had to wait for was just somebody to come down off the ladder with the belt.
Fair.
Okay.
We have a new Sign Guy fan.
I'm not there yet.
Not there yet.
You're making excuses for the man.
Wait until we have a regular match and Sign Guy is still standing.
Yeah, he does exactly the same thing. Yeah. He's like John Travolta in that meme.
Fair. Very fair.
Oh my god. Okay, so we got people in the live chat right now. We're gonna do a quick Q&A real quick with the president. So anyone in the
he
chat,
was not clowning around.
He was not clowning around. Anyone in the chat, you want to throw a question out to the president? I mean, I know some of you guys always have a lot of some of you guys are very looking for a lot of knowledge when it comes to professional wrestling. Guys like Chris Brady, the feature attraction, or whatever he calls himself. Gregor Petrov, the Russian pit bull, who attends every seminar on God's green earth because he wants to improve himself. Yeah, he wants to improve himself. You know, I've known him for a long time. And
never content.
He busts his ass and he wants to learn. So, any questions really quick before we go to the next match?
Or actually, while you guys are coming up with your questions, we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and then we'll get to a few of those questions, and then we'll get to our second matchup. How's that?
All right.
That works for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and go to our break. You guys come up. You please come up with those questions. Well, it would seem we don't have very many questions here, unfortunately.
Okay, well, I got a question.
Okay.
And that Boys and Girls Club clip, how the hell did that kid do that with the dominoes, man?
I don't.
It's the Boys and Girls Club.
I've been trying to
They
do that my
teach you
whole damn
things.
life.
Kind of zoned away. What happened?
That happens on the round table, man. You kind of zone out sometimes, and I blacked out many a time on the show and don't even know what happened.
Well, it's sadly true.
I was checking in with constituents.
Oh yeah. See, that's right. Phil Stamper, 2020. That's right. It's my president. Hey, all right. Anyway, so
just fill in the infinity loop underneath it.
yeah,
Not my
there
president.
it is. Right. So okay. So my question, Phil, before you got injured, how many matches do you think you had in your career?
I saw that question pop up, and I'm like, because when I started, I was that greenhorn that's like, I'll try to get anything, and maybe I was lucky if I had 2 matches a month for the first few years. I really don't know. It's interesting because I will say, since I've had my neck surgery, I've probably been involved in more main events since my neck surgery than I was before the neck surgery. Just because now I'm the general manager of so many places that it's like, wait a minute, we have to clarify something, fix something, do something. And so I'm there in the main event. Many people don't like that I'm there in the main event. But hey, when you have to make a ruling or a decision, you have to step up to the plate.
Okay, well, Justice Siding just asked this question, and I know he loves he loves knowledge as well. This is a guy who's gone to New Japan trainings and seminars and things like that. Seminars with Bob Evans, Brutal Bob.
Mm-hmm.
How many seminars and how many training seminars have you taken?
It's funny because I was going to say a name that I probably shouldn't say now because he just got called out on speaking out. But Chris Hero, Brian Stronko, who at the time was with OVW, he was at the time he was at OVW, he was one of 2 non-contracted WWE developmental talents on OVW television. And then the other guy was often on contracts repeatedly throughout his time at OVW. So he got a great chance to learn from him. Actually, I did a Now Snow clinic.
Okay.
I was like, oh yeah, I did do that, didn't I? Trent Acid, Johnny Cashmere.
Oh my God, I remember Backseat Boys.
Yeah.
Backseat Boys. Yep.
I actually got the chance to wrestle them on a it was an Insane Clown Posse show in Long Beach, California. Actually,
Excellent.
I think it was like a Happy Days tour or something.
I was going to say, Just Exciting follows that up by asking, of all the trainings and seminars that you had taken in your career, which one had the biggest effect on you?
I will go ahead and say it because the one person I was trying not to say was Mike Quackenbush because I also feel like it's a fire in my brain, and I'm not a big fan of him in the first place, just for whole other reasons before all this happened. But I was so young in wrestling. Like I'll be very honest. The first place I went to go get training, well, actually the first two places I went to go get training, people tried to walk away with my money, and one guy didn't even show up to unlock the door. It's like, so okay. Number 3, I went into formal training and realized after the fact, because I didn't know any better, that he didn't know what he was talking about. Like he knew very basic stuff. He didn't know psychology at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I did a quack seminar. I was maybe a year in the business that I was like, oh wow, this is what I was missing. Here's this missing piece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I didn't know any different. And I remember I worked a friend of mine between those moments in time, and it was like I just knew like something isn't right here. Why is this not clicking? And it was again just I didn't know. My friend was very kind to me, and now looking back way back at young little baby Phil, like he should not have been this kind to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think very positively on that lesson. But really, almost anybody I come across in wrestling, I always try to learn something from. Sammy Callahan is an amazing graphics person.
Like, oh yeah, he really is.
Yeah, he's and he really just has this crazy mentality. Johnny Kashmere was excellent in the sort of the business operation of things, and I learned a lot from him about marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And really sort of the ground effort you really need to do to recruit fans sometimes. And he was so smart about like, how do you reach out to a local fan base that's immediately near your venue? Because that's different than how you're trying to hit up a town with a flyer or yard signs.
It's funny you say that, because when I first met him, was doing a Jersey All Pro thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally was like, hey man, when you go to a new promotion that you've never been to before, this is how you get the heat from those guys. And he taught me how to get myself booked at other places by doing this. This is back when we had the MySpace craze, when MySpace was like the huge thing.
Yes.
And he would say, post a promo, go to that company's MySpace page, and cut a promo of your face, cut the biggest baby face promo you can. If you're a heel, cut the biggest shithole promo you can. Talk bad about their sports teams. Talk bad about their mamas. Do all of this stuff. So literally, when you walk into that venue, you either like, oh, that's him, yeah, or hey, fuck that guy. And it works. It works so much.
It really does. It really does.
Things like that are real good learning lessons.
A question from Gregor Petrov, I guess possibly going along with what you just talked about, an eye-opening moment for you in the wrestling industry, and hashtag RIP Trent Acid.
I hope it's not one about Trent, because my brain went to a very dark place.
I know what you mean.
Sorry.
I've been around them dudes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, just in general.
Yeah. My gosh, the first thing that comes to mind is kind of a negative, and I don't mean it to be this way, but it is kind of what it is I remember, I was now maybe 3 years into wrestling, and I remember I was not very happy in the place I was at, and wasn't really sure what to do about it. And then I wish I could even remember, but something wrong happened that night, and I can't remember what the wrong thing was that happened. And this was for a company that would run weekly and was drawing like 300 people every week. And
sounds like us.
I remember I had already wrestled that evening, and then whatever it was happened, and then like 6 of us walked out, including part of the main event and the semi-main, because of whatever happened. And I cannot remember for the life of me what happened. And I was like, okay, this is solidarity, this is a brotherhood, we're all in this together, everything is awesome. And I leave, and I'm like, I don't I'm not coming back until this is all rectified. Well, 2 weeks later, all of them went back except for me. And it was like, oh, where was I in this brotherhood of solitude that, I was with you, and now I'm the only one not booked at this event, and I don't know if anything has changed, and what's going on. And
Wow.
it was sort of that moment of, okay, like you do have to look out for yourself a little bit. And that's not to say that you won't have friends, you won't have brothers, you won't have people who will look out for you, and you'll look out for them. But at the same time, you do have to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt that, that sometimes when it comes to wrestling, people are really looking out for that opportunity for themselves, more than keeping a good friend, a good brother, and keeping them close by when they might need them, and trying to look out for the best business opportunity.
All right.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, negative experiences, we learn just as much, if not more, from those than we do from the positive experiences in this industry. So that's actually very fair to say that it is something that you would have gained a lot of insight from.
That's very fair. That's very, very fair.
Yeah, and to extend a little bit more information on what he's talking about. Sometimes when you are involved in a group of people and you see something like that's negative, and we all get together and say, hey, we're going to walk, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. I always tell people, I will never tell you what you should or should not do. I'll give you advice. I'll give you advice from what I've gone through, the things that I've done in 28 years. I'll tell you, hey, this is my experience. You can take it you can do whatever you want to do with that experience. Because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for myself. But being a vet and being in this business for so long, I feel that the guys who gave to me, I should do the same to the younger guys coming up. Yeah. And a lot of guys, like, as a matter of fact, I had a guy message me today and says, hey man, I'm working a match as working this new guy as a heel, and he's kind of a face, and he's like 480 pounds. How do I work this guy? And they want the finish to be something like the Guerrero chair spot, and I'm like, I really can't give you a way to make that work for you. This is how I made it work for me. So when someone like you comes on and you have those same type of stories and like history that you can impart on younger guys like Petrov and Just Exciting and guys like that, me personally, I appreciate listening to that, because it's okay when it's coming from you, I mean, as you as yourself.
Yeah.
When it's yourself, but when someone else can validate everything that you've been saying, it kind of makes everything like, all gravy. Yeah. So thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. So we do have that second match ready to go here from our Open Fight Night number 7 event, September of 2018. Wow. Yep.
You say 19 or 18?
Once again, it's been 243 years since we've actually had wrestling.
Basically. It feels like it's a lot longer, but
COVID-19 meant 19 years.
Yeah, 19 years.
2018?
2018, yep.
When's it? You said September. Oh, that was about when I started with BCW. We'll see.
Well, it's an open fight night, so, man. Fight TV, everybody.
We do go back a little ways here. So featuring the champ here, Bad Blood, facing very long time nemesis, Sexy Pants, Paul Preston.
Oh, this is going to be a burner right here.
Oh, I must have been on.
And look who the referee is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is that, 2,520 matches he's reffed? This year?
Most active referee in the industry, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. Sign guy.
I like how he knew you were going to go on your knees, because I saw him like point to you and like point down to like, go, you better get down now so I can check you.
Oh yeah. That was my thing back in the day. And what is that for? Is that for the NWA Pacific Northwest title?
That is indeed the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship.
Who holds a title belt like this?
Once again, Phil, it's Sign Guy, okay?
Sign Guy holds a sign like that. Like,
Sign Guy, he does what he wants, man.
Yeah, you stop asking why after a while.
He does what he wants. He does what he wants.
Because Sign Guy.
Because sign guy. Okay, that's fair.
That's right. That's how we're gonna finish it off. Once again, sign guy.
Here's sign guy.
At ringside, Kevin Brandt, leader of the Brandt dynasty, and Miss Sarah, who this was right before she had actually become a active wrestler. She was still a valet for Paul Preston at this point.
Everybody involved has either a lot of hair or no hair.
I mean, I got no hair. And there's Patty Dietz,
Patty Dietz, owner of BCW Worldwide.
Always causing a fuss,
who you ask.
making problems. Look at Kevin Brandt, rightfully upset.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think he got ejected from the ring that time.
Oh, Patty.
Yeah, I think she kicked him out of the ring that time, ringside that time, because he's kind of a jerk.
Yep.
Yep.
Escorting him from the ringside.
That's right.
Yep.
Get your ass out of here.
I think the rationale was you've already got Miss Sarah at ringside. You don't need somebody else. One manager is enough.
Who's Patty to make that choice?
She's the owner of BCW.
So there's still rules. There's still like bylaws. You just can't like.
And who is the orange cone guy for?
Oh, that's security. He's one of the security guys.
Just teasing.
I know.
He was getting a little too close to the ring there, though.
Finally, we've got the bell ringing, and Paul definitely not in any hurry here to lock up with Bad Blood.
Well, I mean, I've kicked his ass week after week. I mean, come on.
He's playing mind games. He's got you overconfident here, I think.
So this was still relatively early in the feud between you two guys. It hadn't really become the full-fledged beating, basically, that would happen week after week after week. So
I got that from Bob Evans.
The headbutt to the hand.
Yeah, he did it. Remember, he did it to me, and I'm like, "What the hell is he doing?"
I remember. Yep. Yeah, this was actually not too long after that match.
I literally said it in the match. What the hell is he doing?
Love Uncle Bob.
Yeah,
we
Bob.
all love Uncle Bob.
It's the truth, man. You hang with Bob, you get better.
Damn right.
Where the hell's Paul going?
He's trying to get the hell out of town as quickly as he can. He did not want any part of you that night, apparently.
You know what? I've always loved places that do have the tables in the front row. I know, for some people that think like they don't like it or they think it's weird. I've always liked that as a front row experience.
Our fans love it, man. They love it. They love being able to be in, and I always make sure that they're in the mix.
And yeah, especially when you get something like that happening right up close.
There are times that I take the guy out to the crowd, slap him.
Sign guy's kind of like a very passive personality, isn't he?
I told you.
Okay.
Like he's sitting there, like look. He's like, what are you guys doing? Are you punching him? Should you not be punching him?
Though he had a weird physical tell that I have to tell you at the end of the match because I'm counting something.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't laughing at you that moment.
I know. I know what you're looking at.
Okay.
I started thinking about it myself.
Drop down, leapfrog, drop kick.
Nicely done, I must say. Nicely done.
Not bad for a 45, 44, 43-year-old man at that time.
Paul thinking he's out of danger. Not so much.
Sign guy, tell him now. You need to. Come on, guys. Please come back in the ring, guys. Sorry, I don't know you, bro.
Oh.
You're probably the best referee in the world, and I'm just being an ass. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
it's justified. Trust me.
He's like the polar opposite of Aubrey Edwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
fair.
That was actually the first time I think I'd ever seen you use that running knee while he.
I think that was the first. That was the first time I ever did it. I was like, you know what? He's right there. I mean.
Yep. Because normally you would be setting up for the drive-by, setting him up over the second rope there, but had a different opportunity. And speaking of opportunities,
Was that soda I poured on him?
I think it was. It looked a little too dark to be beer.
Yeah.
That's
Could have been like a Killian's.
sticky.
Yeah, true.
It's a Coke can. Never mind.
Speaking of fan interaction, by the way.
That's right.
Oh God.
BCW Worldwide fan interaction, baby.
Yep,
It's always the cute girl in the crowd, right?
always is.
And she slapped the shit out of
There
him.
was like there wasn't like a bring your arm back motion. It was like I'm gonna just swing everything in my elbow and forearm.
She was like, I hate Nickelback.
And the BCW Slam of the Night. Jesus.
And she was laughing the entire time she did.
Oh
Yep.
man.
Rolling drop kick.
Runs under drop
Another
kicks the
one.
balls.
Yeah.
He really does look like the lead singer in Nickelback, doesn't he?
He does. He
Nickelback and
does.
Nickelback and Nickelback and Nickelback.
Look at him. He's just like, what are you doing? Why you flip me off?
Count of two off the drop kick to the nether regions.
Oh man, this is too much.
That's the hardest I've seen sign guy slam the mat ever.
I think it is.
That's because he was mad because I flipped him off. He was like, I'm slapping your face.
Paul, though, able to turn the tables with that leverage move, sending Bad Blood into that second turnbuckle. And now he's going to try to turn the tide, sending him shoulder first into the post.
And that's when my shoulder problem started.
Yep. Bad Blood with a history of shoulder issues.
And look at this douche. Really? What was
Almost
that
a
for?
version of your drive-by move there.
That's like a skinny Vader bomb. But his pants are still sexy, so.
He did have a tendency to try to steal some of your moves from time to time.
Like that dude, Chris Brady.
Oh, that guy. That guy, Chris Brady.
I do have to say, some of my best matches have been against Paul Preston, though.
They really have. And now I just flat out choking him across that bottom rope.
And sign guy is like, hey, do you want to stop doing that?
Please.
Come on, get in here. Come on,
Please.
get in here. Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
could you stop doing that? 1, 2, 3.
He looked a little more serious there. There was a lot. There was a
Yeah.
lot more motion.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait. See, you should
Now
have
he's
said
calmed
that
down.
now.
Now he's calmed down.
You had him all spiked up.
Oh,
Again, using one of your moves there with that slingshot somersault senton.
Wait. Is he gonna do it 3 times? Cause we all know how.
I was going to say, I think he's. Yep.
That's the second. I'm like, not today.
Not today. See, it's almost a running joke. See, we're going to see it. There's 1.
mm-hmm.
There's 2.
Small homage to Eddie Guerrero, man. Come on.
Yep.
Being trained by
And
Guerrero.
the third one always fails.
Look, being trained by Guerrero, I have to do those things. Okay.
Well, say what you will about Paul Preston, he did bring his legs up flat.
He did. 1, 2. Caught him. 1, 2. Almost pinned him off the.
2,
And he's going to do it again.
2, 1.
You would think that he would like. You would think he would. Yeah.
Now we just need the credits to start rolling. Now trying to work over the ankle there with the modified ankle hold.
I think it's more like he's got my toe, like my big toe.
Like a toe hold, yeah, basically.
And he's screaming, "How your toe feel? How'd your toe feel?" I'm like, "Ow."
You're like, it hurts.
Stop. Like, I'm gonna kick you in the back of the head. How'd your head feel?
Yep, trying
How'd your
to
head
fight
feel?
out of it. Rung his bell on that last one.
It looks like he's made of rubber.
Yeah.
Or bad blood. Oh, there you
Came out, got him with a chop. There's that super kick.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of blown up right here. I'm like, this guy's been kicking my ass this whole time. So, yeah, it's time for me to go ahead and do my favorite thing.
Yep. Setting him up for the drive-by. Telling Miss Sarah, you better stay back. Caught him right across the side of the head. Cover. Too close to the ropes. Actually showing a little bit of presence of mind there to be able to hook that bottom rope and break up the pinfall.
Hey, does Sign Guy have 2 ponytails in his beard?
Yes, he does. I noticed that earlier.
Yep.
I just like.
Yep.
I see 2 rubber bands in his face.
But it doesn't take all of the beard to do it. Like there's still like a little piece in the middle.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yes,
look at Captain Lou
really
over here.
Scoop and a slam.
And I can tell you right now, he's saying to me, "You hate Nickelback, huh? You hate Nickelback?" That's exactly what he's saying. He's like, "My pants are still pretty. My pants are still pretty."
Yep.
He does have pretty pants.
He does have pretty pants, but he
I'll
has a
agree with
tendency to take a little too long.
Well,
Loves
when
them.
you've got a moneymaker like that, you need to shake it.
You dip.
Obviously, his moneymaker wasn't getting shaken too much because he got stirred right here on this moonsault.
Yep, he is looking for that moonsault, it looks like. He missed it. Nobody home on that one.
Sign Guy was memorized by the tassel in his gear.
Yep.
he's like, that's cute.
This is the clothesline. Forward roll.
Oh wow, I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah. But Miss Sarah up on the apron. Otherwise, that would have been an academic 3 count.
He's like,
What?
boobs.
Wait.
Boobs.
That's the weirdest.
Why is he stopping? Why is he stopping?
I don't know. Kevin
are they
Brandt with the
slide or
belt
something?
shot.
Oh no, this is for the television title.
And he got him.
Yeah, that's for the television title.
Yeah, the power of boobs compel you. I can
Power of
understand that.
boobs can compel you.
I can relate.
Yeah. Paul Preston with what has to be considered an upset here, taking that television championship away from Bad Blood.
You know, that's the only belt I don't have in my trophy case.
And that was Paul Preston's first championship victory at BCW Worldwide.
Yeah, that's right. He stole the title from me. Like, he always wore it backwards.
Well,
Like he was like a retarded Rick Steiner or
got-
something.
That way you can see it as he walks away.
Yep, you could see it, and once he starts shaking it,
I
seeing
guess
that
that was
belt
his way.
move around.
Larry's way of saying "kiss my ass."
Literally, a belt can't hold up your pants, nor can the belt itself.
Nope.
So it's on his butt, like it's falling down.
Yep.
well, he doesn't have back.
Baby
He
does not
doesn't
have back. And now you're just looking at Sign Guy like, you son of a bitch.
I'm like,
Right?
you're the ref. I'm like, you're the ref again.
Boobs? Boobs? I lost my belt over boobs?
I'm like, you've never seen boobs before?
Okay,
Oh my god.
I pick up really weird things, and I don't know why. Like, who knows?
We don't judge.
I just observe odd things. So,
You
like-
what you like. It's okay.
Early
You like
on,
what you like.
as
This is a safe place.
as the match was getting started, before the match even got started, twice I saw some guy pet his hair, and then like the match started. I think like you had
Go
just
on.
headbutted his hand, and then he pets his hair again,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, this must be a thing. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And then like nothing happens. I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel like his behavior. It feels like he's trying to control himself, but he's just saying. So and then right near the end, 2 times like back to back, he's like, and then Sarah also grabbed his hair and petted it. Like, is there something about his hair?
You tell us. You seem to notice a lot about his hair.
Well, I am follically challenged, so therefore
Well,
I have some opinions about hair.
again,
Right,
no judgments here.
right.
We're not going to slam on your jam.
I mean, hey, 3 of the 4 guys in this panel right now have no hair, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Douglas,
it's sad. It's sad when I've got the most hair.
And Douglas, you're catching up. So
I know.
Right.
Good grief. Where's Sexy Pants Paul Preston when we need him?
Have you heard the good word of Tom Bosley?
What?
The word of
and I quit. I quit. Oh man!
Are you looking it up?
He's googling
he
it.
is looking. He is.
Douglas, what are you doing?
Bosley hair restoration.
The good
Because of all of us, you might still have a chance.
word of Tom Bosley.
And the fact that you're actually sounding it out for us.
But is it funnier that he's looking it up, or is it funnier that all three of us know exactly what it is?
The three guys who probably have no business knowing anything about it.
Tom Bosley was an American actor, television personality, and
I said
entertainer.
Tom Bosley. I really didn't mean Tom Bosley. I meant Bosley hair restoration. I said it, and I was like, we're just going to carry it on until like nobody recognizes what I did.
Didn't he play a priest at one time?
Oh my god!
No.
Yeah, he was Richie Cunningham's dad. He was,
Oh my!
Yeah.
that guy? What about him?
Yeah, that guy.
Sure.
That guy. Yeah.
That's exactly.
That guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
What was that? What was that priest show he was on?
Oh my god!
Father Dowling Mysteries.
Damn you! Damn you, Phil! Look what you have done.
I like the Father Dowling Mysteries.
He apparently appeared on the Love Boat several times.
Oh my god!
Several.
Why did you bring him up?
Douglas, look.
What? What's that have to do with? Oh. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't know, would I? With my luscious locks.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it's got 5 stars. A Meltzer rating.
The things I learned in wrestling, like I used to think that the whole like the joke about spray on hair and like it's basically spray paint was just like a big joke until I saw Z-Bar actually take it to his head, and I was like,
Z-Bar.
Did it look good?
Oh my god!
It looked like spray paint onto your head. Like it just darkened the skin underneath it. It hid the fact he had a bald spot.
Well, then it looked good.
At least on camera it did. In person,
not so much.
Yeah.
Dude, I wrestled this guy in North Dakota, and he had like a full jet black like hair, right? And here I'm thinking, this dude is all black hair. So during this match they call the Purge. It's like a Royal Rumble with weapons.
Okay.
Right. I get in the ring. I start pounding away at this guy's head, and I'm like, as I hit him, I realized that every time I hit him, my glove would have a stain on it. So I'm hitting him. I'm like, what the? And I'm doing this. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh my god! And as I look up, there's a bald spot in his hair from where I've been punching.
That's getting bigger.
I'm just the honky tonk man.
Right.
Don't get us started on the honky tonk man.
Don't start us on the honky tonk man.
Tangent, and then we'll not say his name. WWE, had some local enhancement talents, and they are not good. And one of them was not and one of them is not a good guy. And the last time I saw him was like the last time he was in a ring was like 4 years ago, and then all of a sudden here he is in WWE. It's like I don't know how this happened, but and you look like twice yourself. That's okay. That's okay. Things happen as we age. But he had what looked like honky tonk hair, except he was losing all of this. It was just like right down the middle.
Wow. And
commentary raked him through the coals, called him out on it. And then you hear Corey Graves say, well, it's the son of the honky tonk man, and said Michael Cole honky tonk wouldn't have left the house with hair like that.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Bravo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I was like, okay.
The things you find out on the round table, people. I'm telling you, you got to tune in.
Yeah.
Tell them where to tune in, Tony. Show them where to tune in at.
You are going to tune in over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/BCW Worldwide Television.
Now, spell out the word television, ladies and gentlemen, not TV. Don't
Not
be lazy.
TV.
Television.
Why?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
because people still
Because
type
you two
in
forced
TV.
us.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Forced death.
Yes.
Phil?
Yes.
Phil, tell the fans where they can see you, where they can find you every week.
So you can follow me on all my social media channels: Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube,
TikTok.
Snapchat, Instagram, Twitch, you name it. It'll find me at
Discord?
PS Phenom. I do have a No, actually, I don't. I do have a Discord. I lied. I do have a Discord at PS Phenom, PSPHENOM. That's PS Phenom. You can follow me there. I mentioned already the wrestling calendar that has all the listing of upcoming events. And actually, this graphic that's behind me.
Yes.
And I realize I'm too far away from the mic to be able to say what it is. So airing next Wednesday
Isn't
night.
that Dirty Sanchez?
That is Boomer Hatfield.
Oh.
Boomer with
Wait. Is that cheeseburger right
that
there?
I have to swear that's cheeseburger. That's apricot with apricots with peaches. That's violence. That's Boomer Hatfield. I forgot their spoiler. Her name is Spoiler, and I cannot remember her name. I'm so
I like
sorry.
her.
So Camp Leapfrog is a time to gather together as people in wrestling to enjoy what was left of summer. There's swimming, there's barbecue, there's all sorts of wrestling, there's fire and mayhem. Watch it on independentwrestling.tv. It premieres next Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Sounds like something for disadvantaged youth or something. It's nothing.
I mean, wrestlers.
Hold on one second. Did you say there's swimming?
I said there's swimming.
And there's barbecues?
And there's barbecue.
Is this like SummerSlam without the beach balls?
I was like, did we have a beach ball? No, we didn't have any beach balls.
No. We did actually have a beach ball. The guy came on the screen and he held it up. They shut him off real quick. But they let the Hitler guy,
right?
They let the KKK guy stand there.
Oh, God, there we go.
There was the KKK guy, the Chris Benoit. Apparently, there was a video of a beheading. Like, there's that little thing. Yeah, I heard about that one. I didn't see it. I heard about it. But
did you see the fire Velveteen Dream?
Fire Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I'm in the NXT like the producers chat, and three things happened. One, everyone was yelling and screaming because they forgot to they didn't shut the feed down on that guy. Two, they were really upset at the simple fact that the Chris Benoit thing happened not once, not twice, but three times. They didn't cut it off. They didn't catch it. They didn't catch it till it was too late. And the third thing, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but I'm gonna tell you a secret about WWE and championships. At SummerSlam, when you're gonna win the match and you're gonna win a title or an important match, you wear white, gold, and black. Seth Rollins did it, and Mandy Rose did it. The difference between Mandy Rose and Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins won the Universal title there, and Mandy Rose had a camel toe that a fan zoomed in on the live stream, and it stopped, and it was like it was pretty fucking bad, dude. It was pretty bad.
One of the better memes I saw was when she's trying to do the caterpillar, that and they freeze framed it right as her legs are kind of up and bent a little backwards, and it's like when John Cena has you locked in the Boston Crab.
Oh,
that's
my
so
God.
wrong. That is so wrong. We all have horrible John Cena visions. We all know.
But hey, he is the modern day GOAT. So,
oh Jesus Christ, John Cena. Let's not talk about John Cena anymore. That's one guy that I cannot stand that guy. Oh, wait a minute.
Was there social?
Raw,
Go ahead.
look, on Monday Night Raw, it happened again.
Now, see, I will say I don't
Wait,
know.
what?
Circle.
I will say I will say I don't know, just because when you look at the photos, they look a little bit different. I feel like maybe somebody tried to replicate it, but it wasn't actually Benoit. That one, no.
This is in the producer's chat. Look, everyone's texting like, so that happened.
Wrestling fans.
Yeah.
All right, so
Stay
that
classy.
happened. So with that being said, what do you guys think of the Thunderdome?
Interesting. It's an interesting experiment.
They tried to do something.
Yeah.
They tried.
They tried to do something.
Oh,
I
God.
really thought.
Stop it.
I really thought
Stop
what they're doing now with
Does anybody have any
Thunderdome.
chapstick?
Chapstick.
I really thought what they're doing with Thunderdome was what they were going to do at Mania. That they were basically going to have LED screens with like individual people on it to make it look like fans were in the crowd. And that the fans were going to be plants or people that people knew or something like that. That way they could guarantee a little bit of safety to it.
Probably what they should have done.
Right. But at the same time, they were kicking people left and right. Like there were people on Twitter who were like, I don't know. Oh, I tried to start a New Day chant and they blocked me. And some people who were like, I was in the queue, I was all ready to go. Here I am, waiting. Thank you for trying to participate. Look forward to your next experience. And they're like, but what happened? So, I think there's going to be mistakes. We're going to see it. But let's face it, too. The WWE is also. I mean, I learned a long time ago the WWE is a master of sound. Well, actually, let me rephrase. In the past, the WWE was the master of sound. I mean, let's face it. Chants of Goldberg are built into the Goldberg theme song. Why do you chant Goldberg? Because you hear Goldberg, you think it's the crowd. It's not the crowd. The night Chris Jericho aired on the very first time when he came out as Y2J, they potted down the crowd noise. There was no matches before he came out. He comes out, huge eruption. They pot up the crowd noise, big loud sounds. It makes, and even when they were doing women's matches, cruiserweight matches, how they would manipulate crowd noise up and down. And then we have the pandemic. And then they've done I know people who are in production in WWE, but it drove me crazy because sometimes the wrestlers and the commentators didn't know how to fill a room with no sound. And they would just be these blank spaces. And like I was at one point at WrestleMania, I remember especially like yelling at the television, telling Tom Phillips to say something, like anything, just breathe into the microphone. And
it's funny because I noticed that on Raw.
Go do some indie commentary.
Right. And
you'll figure it out fast.
Even when they had in the crowd behind the plexiglass, it was like they weren't really mic'd that well. Like you were hearing them through the plexiglass. And it's like, you guys know how to mic this crowd, like mic these folks. And
put
now
you mic over it,
right.
Yeah.
And now you have the virtual crowd, which I do think is great. I really do think it's good. Yes, there's going to be people who are going to try to do stupid things and they're going to get booted. And just like all those people, I don't know how long those folks were on the screen who were doing some of the stuff they were doing, but I know they would have eventually gotten booted. Because remember, there's only probably a handful of people who are scrolling through all these screens trying to see what everybody's doing. So there's going to be things like this that are going to happen. Hopefully, it doesn't get.
No, so actually, what it is like there's this huge like Titantron inside the truck, right? And everyone has these little squares where you are. And there's a guy, he's adding you on, he's getting your credentials and everything like that. He's signing you on, swiping you here. That's why if you watch like Raw or you watch like you watch Raw, you watch the NXT takeover or the SummerSlam, since they were like at one point there were people there, and then there's like black squares, right? So what happened is the server got overloaded and it was adding people and then booting them, So you get added in. Like I did the test run with them. Like 2 weeks ago. The test run was cool. Then I did it again a week later, and it was okay for like 30 seconds, and then it blacked out again. Thank you for your participation. I'm like, dude, I didn't participate. I logged on, logged off real quick. So what's going on is the person in the truck trying to keep all these people situated is getting overwhelmed.
Right, exactly.
He's just clicking people off, and the guy, the Chris Benoit guy, they banned his IP, and then he went and put it on like an iPad or something. Got logged right back on.
Yep.
Boom, was on there again. Then he got logged off again, and they see the IP, they didn't match. So he goes to a cell phone and does it again.
Yeah.
So there's no foolproof way to keep you off the server, and they're just adding people left and right because they want those people there.
Right.
They learned it from the NBA because the NBA was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I guess during one of the during the Lakers game, a guy streaked naked back and forth across the screen, and they were like, "Oh, well, there's a naked guy," and like the commentator was even like, "There's a naked guy," and they clicked it off.
But now the WWE, Masters of Sound, we're hearing some of that crowd noise from that virtual audience, but it sounds like it's behind a Zoom call microphone, like it's a little faded.
Yeah.
But then they're right.
Like that.
Well, more like this, like it's covered and further away.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
but then they're dubbing over their own noise. But to that end, I'm kind of okay with it. We needed a very hard crowd reset in the WWE. And yes, when fans return, we're going to get a lot of what we used to have. But if fans are getting retrained on kind of who to like, who not to like, how to boo, how to cheer, I'm kind of okay with it. Just because of how the WWE live audiences were getting at points. Because here you had the WWE, like, here's the video product we're putting out for you to consume. So consumer at home, you need to do this thing. But it was contradicting what the crowd was doing. I went to Battleground a few years ago when it was in DC. And the biggest heel boo of the night was Roman Reigns. You would not have known that when you watched it back. I purposely came back and was like, I have to see how this played off on television. And the way they covered it was masterful. But still, you would hear some of the boos. So it's like, okay, we have to retrain our crowd how to do this response. And I will say, at SummerSlam in particular, just because I mentioned Roman Reigns, I like how they brought him back, because now it's like, you're gonna let him be heel, like, awesome, because that's what the crowd has been waiting for. And it might actually do the tweener pop that they didn't want to get, but might now get because they're doing that. So,
you know, the storyline between him and Braun and Bray, you know, it's how can I say it? It's like everything got role reversed like within a week.
Yeah,
because you know, Bray was the heel, Braun was the face, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm the monster. I'm gonna kill people." And Bray's like, "Oh, don't hurt Alexa. Like, what the hell's going on here?" So they needed a hard reset. So that whole tagline they kept using, "You'll never see it coming. You'll never see it coming." Everyone expected it to be, oh, the RKO, because you know Randy Orton RKO's out of nowhere, and then he tried it like 7 times in this match and didn't do it.
yeah.
You know, so when all of a sudden, I mean, I even popped. Like I was watching it, like, oh, this match, oh shit, that's Roman Reigns. You know, like I popped and I knew he was gonna come. So it was crazy. So now Roman's the big heel. Everyone can say, "Boo, we hate you, Roman. We hate you, Roman." But at the end of the day, he ain't gonna get no more hatred than John Cena.
I mean, and if it's weird if you think about it, because it took Edge saying Cena sucks for the crowd to go, "Oh, Cena sucks," like, and they followed that. It's just weird how the dynamic shifts, and I don't think it was meant to be that long-lasting thing that it became, but look what it became.
Yeah. So, with that being said,
Yes.
thank you very much for joining us here tonight here at BCW Worldwide. We enjoyed you immensely. You can welcome back anytime you want to come back on.
Yeah.
Quickly before we go again, give the kids a shout out, tell them where you're going to be, what you're doing.
He's frozen in time.
Nah, he's not frozen. I can see him still moving. Oh, I guess
No,
he's frozen.
I think he is frozen.
He's frozen.
Oh, well, thank you very much for joining us, Phil. It's your boy, the franchise player, Bad Blood, with my boy here, DDR, and Tony DeBurn. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Roundtable.
Good night, everybody.